G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this fine day? Mate, this is the last sunny day of the week, and then it's going to be absolutely miserable. But I thought I'd get another video in, make sure we get enough content to cover the rainy days. And of course, I've got a lovely topic to talk about. You've probably seen it in the title of the video. Before we start, I'm going to say, that's a person walking a cat. How often do you see someone walk a cat? That's different. That's for sure. Never see someone walk a cat. Yeah, before we start, guys, I am on a push for the almighty 5,000 subscribers. We are almost at 2,000, so do your boy a favour, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let's get right into the video. Now, this one's going to hit a little bit close to home for you, boy, because I am one of the people in this category. Now, the category of today's video and topic is what I'm supposed to say is that why on earth would someone buy a cruiser motorbike? Like, seriously, why would we buy one of these things, okay? Why? Why would you buy one? Alright? Now, there's many negatives and many positives to owning a cruiser bike, and because I own one, I feel like I'm extremely qualified to talk about the subject. You know how it is? Alright? Now, the Rebel, however, is, well, how I say, not the best cruiser in the world. It sort of does the cruising stuff, but it doesn't do the cruising stuff well, if you get what I mean. If you've ridden one, you sort of know what I'm talking about. Now, when you think of a cruiser, you typically think of a Harley, or a Honda Shadow, an Indian, something like that, big V-twin, large and in charge, something like that, alright? That's a cruiser, okay? The Rebel's a bit more nimble, can lean over and all that stuff. So why would you buy a big old land barge? Now, there's a few reasons people enjoy typical cruisers, alright? Now, the most and obvious one to me is that people buy those Harleys because it looks cool, alright? It's one of those things that people just like to look nice. They know they're not that fast, they know they're not that, you know, handily, but they look nice, and that's the thing. People buy those kind of bikes to be cool and to look fancy, so people look at them and grab attention, alright? Cruiser bikes are great for attention seeking. So when you sit on a Harley, you know you got that history behind you, and that, you know, there's a whole culture of Harley riders that the rest of us don't understand, such as like flipping off other bikes that are waving at you, or just not looking at them at all because you're better than them, something like that. All right. So if you really want to be elevated to the position where you are just above everybody else, you buy a Harley. But if you just like looking cool, you buy every other kind of cruiser. Okay. Now the Rebel is a bit different. If you like to have a cruiser that can sort of handle well, then you buy a Honda Rebel. Doesn't sound the greatest compared to some of the other ones, but it handles better than all of them. So, potato, potato, trade-offs are trade-offs, mate. Now, this second point that I'm about to make is sort of going hand in hand with the attention-seeking mob, and that's the sound. So, a lot of cruisers have a certain sound to them that your typical sports bikes just don't nail. There is obviously V-twin motorcycles, because inline 2s just don't sound as good as the V-twins, let's be honest. Boxer twins sound good, booster baby. But V-twins, they just hold the cake when it comes to that typical cruiser sound. When you think of a cruiser, most people think Harley noises. And when they're really built nicely, they almost sound like a wet fart going down the road, alright? Alright? Everybody likes the sound of a V-twin, especially the air-cooled pushrod V-twins. I'm not talking about liquid-cooled V-twins, so they just don't have the same note, man. Get that nice V-twin noise, straight pipe the exhaust so the ground shakes when you go past, everyone gets mad, and you feel even cooler, and you go deaf by the time you're 45. Although most people who buy them are 45. But you see my point. They sound fantastic, alright? Now, I'm of course doing digs at them, and I'm doing things for them, so don't hate me, alright? I'm just the messenger, who is also creating the message, but hey, that's besides the point. People enjoy the notes those bikes make, so of course they're going to buy them. And everybody likes the noise of a cruiser. Everyone likes the feel of that torque. Now, that's point number 3. What they lack in horsepower, they sure hold torque. Now, if you look at the diesel community, you'd understand that there's a market for torque, baby. They don't have to be super fast. They just need to have punch. It's like swapping a Ferrari for a tractor, but boy, oh boy, those tractors are powerful, and that's why people love them. Like an Indian Chief's got like 160 Newton meters of torque, and the Triumph was the big boy one, the 2.5 litre one. Rocket 3, that has 220 Newton meters of torque, which I don't know what that is in pound-feet because I don't use the Imperial system. Alright? But still, all you need to know is that bitch hit like a freight train, okay? It ain't fast, but it ain't slow either, and it also rips your arms out of the sockets. Alright? Everyone loves a bit of power, baby! Power changes a man, and that's what matters. This next one is, it's more of an objective fact than a subjective one, okay? And that is, cruisers, man, why would you buy one? Because they handle like a beached whale, okay? They handle like the lunch lady. They handle just horrendously. They big, they fat, they slow, they don't lean, they scrape pegs from very minimal efforts. Why would you want this? Alright, now, the benefit of having these bikes, they are quite low, which means that all kinds of riders can't get into them because your feet can touch the ground in 90% of the cases. Like a Rebel, I can have both feet on the ground, knees bent, very comfortable, and I'm only 5'9", man. When you're on a sports bike, you're typically on your toes. So you understand, like, there's a market for the extra shorter people. Like, think about Hugh, man. He's not a super tall guy, but he could probably flat-foot every cruiser known to man. But on his MT-09, he's tiptoeing. Alright? Now, if you've got someone shorter than Hugh, oh, mate, they're going to be bloody, they still won't be tiptoeing a cruiser. So that's the best part about it. So they're accessible to people. Alright? So they're low, they're slow, they don't lean over too far, which means you have a pretty good indicator of where the ground is, which means you probably won't stack it because you're not going to be trying to low side yourself in a deep lean. But, well, it's just some people don't really fancy going fast, man. My last point is, if you like riding a tremendous distance, and you do it on a sports bike, you finish the ride, you might have a smile on your face, but your back's going to be going, and you go, my boy, I am crippled. What happened? So especially as you get older, as I've seen from experience, as I treat people, sports bikes are fun, but they get old. It's the longer you ride, you might get neck pain, you might get back pain. It's all wrist pain, it's all there. Naked bikes are sort of filling this void for that high power, good handling, comfortable long-term bike. But a cruiser, it's unparalleled when it comes to, you know, as it states, cruising. They're made for one thing, cruising around, all right, baby? Cruising around, comfortable. You got the forward controls, even better. Mid controls on a cruiser are still a bit like forward controls in most cases, just not the Rebel. The Rebel's a bit more standard, but you know what I mean. Get that low to the ground, slow, barely leans, comfortable, boy. You're going to be riding for hours, and you'll get off and you'll be like, nice. Some bikes with a hard suspension might hurt your lower back, which is, well, that happens sometimes, but besides that, if you're not going on a really crappy ride with really bad suspension, you will have a comfortable ride. Now, I'm not talking when your handlebars are 5 times higher than your actual bike and you have no blood in your hands. I'm talking when, you know, a reasonable setup on the bike, okay? That's what. Oh, man. I've also just thought of one final thing. Because every bike has the potential, but I think cruisers sort of take the cake when it comes to this one. And that is customizing a bike for yourself that no one has, okay? Everyone can do it to every bike known to man. Change the mirrors, change the paint, but cruisers, I swear, have the most potential when it comes to modifications, mainly because you can chop things off, people don't question you. There's obviously lots of seat mods, lots of bobber mods, exhaust mods, mirror mods, handlebar mods, what other things there? Paint jobs, petrol tanks, suspensions. Oh mate, they're all there, the whole shebang. Oh, hello there. So cruisers have that whole thing when it comes to artistic talent, but you just can't get enough of it. But that's all I have time for today, guys. I hope that's opened up a little thing in your But yeah, modifications, baby. They're fantastic, all right? You can do so much of them to the bike and everyone's happy. Even if you don't like someone else's, you have enough mods and stuff to make your own sort of beautiful art piece or disaster art thing, okay? But yes, that's it for cruisers, all right? You can figure out if you want to buy them or not, but it's up to the man and the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, that's all I have time for. Take it easy, keep it cheesy, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. And as always, take it easy, keep it cheesy, and have a good day. Peace, man!